One of Leantime's core value propositions is that you can install it on any host. So today we'll install Leantime on a super simple shared hosting environment. Hey, my name is Marcel and I'm the CTO and co-founder of Leantime. Today I'm going to show you how to install Leantime on a shared environment like Hostinger or GoDaddy. Which one you choose doesn't really matter since most work very similarly and offer you access to cPanel. So to follow along, you'll need a shared hosting account, access to your hosting control panel, domain or subdomain, whatever you want to choose, and already connected to your hosting. And then the latest release of Leantime, basic familiarity with FTP or file managers. So as you can see here, I already have a domain called go/leantime.com. It is a blank domain right now, so we'll see the standard content that GoDaddy offers. And sometimes you'll see when you set up your shared host that they will walk you through installing WordPress and any other applications. Just skip through this. Start with a blank slate and a clean cPanel installation if you can. Otherwise, you'll have to navigate through all the other application data that you might not need. After we log into cPanel, and before we get started with the actual installation, we want to take a look at some of the default configurations, in particular, taking a look at the PHP version that is currently set up. In this case, it's 8.2, which is fine. And the extensions that are selected are also fine. You can see the list of extensions that we need on our GitHub repository or in our documentation. So going back, we can now go in and open the cPanel tools again, and we'll start by creating a new empty database. So we head to the database section and click MySQL Databases. Over here, you can define what the new database name is supposed to be. So we'll call it Leantime. Now that we have the database, we need to create a database user that can connect to that database. So we'll create Leantime user, use the password generator to generate a new password. Use this password and then create the user. We want to write down all the information that we just created somewhere in a text editor so we can go back to it later when we actually fill out the configuration for Leantime. Now that we have the database and a database user, we need to add that user to the database. In this case, given that we only have two, these have been pre-selected already. So Leantime user adding to Leantime database, and we'll just give it all privileges. We're not using all of them, but we might in the future. So the user now has access to the Leantime database and is connected to that database. And we can go ahead and upload our files. So now we go into the file manager and review the file structure here. There's your FTP folder, SSL, temp folders. But then also there is the public HTML folder, which is exactly the folder that your domain currently has access to. And this is the page that you would usually see on sites like this. So we'll just go ahead and create a new folder inside of the root of your hosting provider here, and hit new folder. We'll call this folder Leantime. And just hit create. Inside of Leantime, we'll open this folder. And now we can upload our files. You can go ahead and download the file from either our GitHub repository or from our website. I have done that already. Download the release package and then that will give you a zip file that you can upload right into this folder. After the upload is complete, you can go back, you will see the zip file, and then you can go ahead and extract that file directly into that folder. So this will extract the files into the Leantime folder. Now we have the entire Leantime directory inside of the Leantime folder, and we can go ahead and delete the zip file. Next step is to point our domain or subdomain to the public directory inside of the Leantime folder. And for that, we'll go back to cPanel under domains, and we'll go ahead and create a new domain. Projects to go-leantime.com. And now we need to change the domain, the root of that domain to go to leantime/public. Again, that is the folder inside of the root of our host. And then in there, we have a public directory. We can hit submit. Now, the reason why we're adding a new folder and adding Leantime in there and doing the public directory root is there are a lot of files inside of the Leantime directory that you don't want to expose to the outside world. We could have put Leantime into the public HTML folder, but then we have to add some security mechanisms through htaccess or other means to prevent access to our configuration files or uploaded user files. With this setup, it is not possible to get to those files through the subdomain that you are creating because the subdomain is directly pointing into the public folder, and all sensitive files are a folder level above than the public directory. With that, we're going into the config folder. In here, you'll see two sample files already, the configuration sample and the sample.env file. We'll go ahead and rename the sample.env file and remove the sample from the name, making it a .env file. After that, the file has been renamed. Sometimes the file might disappear, or it looks like it disappears. It's being hidden, so you can go under settings and click show hidden files, including .files. So that should make the file reappear again. Go ahead and edit this file. And now we have the configuration file open. This file looks a little daunting at first, but there's really only a couple sections that we want to take a look at and update. First and foremost, the database configuration, starting with the DB host. In this case, it is localhost. Sometimes you'll see shared hosts that have a separate domain for their database servers. So do take a look at that. If there's any indication that your database server might be somewhere else, you might have to adjust the DB host entry as well. Then we'll add the Leantime user that we created previously and the database. We'll grab the password. And we can save this file. Now, there are a couple more settings you might want to update. We have language settings here, so you can choose the default language, as well as the default time zone. Make sure you're using official time zones that are supported by your server, and otherwise this might not work and will default back to Los Angeles anyways. For now, we're going to close this, and we can go ahead and take a look at our subdomain. And you'll be greeted with the Leantime installation page. So this is the database installation page. At this point, you can type in your admin account and admin password. and hit install. That should be really quick. And once that is done, you'll get the notification here and can click to the onto the link, which will get you right to the login page. So you're ready for your first login. Type in the same information and off we go. The very first page that you see here, that modal asks you to enter a project title. So this is our first project. We hit next right here. We can invite our team members. We're going to skip for now. And here we are. Leantime is ready to go. You just installed Leantime on a GoDaddy host. And that was that. Now, if you go to your subdomain and you see something is not working right, you're either not being redirected to the installation page, or there are the page looks weird, funky, styles are not being applied. Usually there's something wrong with the redirect. There's an htaccess and Apache redirect. So make sure that Apache mod rewrite is installed. Make sure that your PHP version is at least 8.1. We do not support 8.0 or lower. And that all the required PHP extensions are there. The other thing you might want to look at is sometimes when you upload files to a host like this, is that the permissions on your folders are all off. In this case, 755 is the correct permission set, and usually the user is also correct, and oftentimes not something you can change from this view in particular. If you are running into issues that you cannot solve, do take a look at the storage logs directory. In here, you'll see various logs, including an error log if something goes wrong. That can be a really good indicator. If you head over to our GitHub repository or the Discord channel, we'll be able to help you much better with those logs already submitted. Well, there you have it. Your Leantime installation should now be up and running. And if you need any help, join our Discord. Check out the documentation at docs.leantime.io. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tutorials. We'll be adding a lot more of these types of tutorials in the future, as well as updates. So thanks for watching and happy project managing.